It's your boy Bleev. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 It's been a long day, I mean a long week, maybe a long year, so let's get something clear. We're gonna stock up on some party favors later on. Tell everybody they're invited, you should come along. Best to bring your good foot, ladies gonna be dancing on the ceiling. Cocky and appealing, possibly revealing. Getting sideways like a bridesmaid as she vibrate. If you a lightweight, hope you hydrate. We gon' tip the bottles back, busting out the fat sacks. People wearing costumes, chewing on a mushroom. Something like a wonderland, understand? Going down the rabbit hole with my kinfolk to another land. Damn, I said we do it like this. Magic carpet riders on some third eye shit. Mr. Pine Cones come a long, long way, so everybody get sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great evening. Let me ask you, who else told you that SHIB was about to blow up and that it was going to have this big run? So here we are. Shiba Inu is on the run, trading at about 12.10 right now with 4 zeros. Does it drop a zero? Probably not. Is it just an incredible sort of relief rally? Yes, because remember, burns are up 570%. Whales are continuing to accumulate, and the market is continuing its assault. And let's not forget the power of Shiba Inu about 2 years ago. It didn't start this run. It didn't create this market pump that really kind of goes to Dogecoin and Bitcoin and all of the other tokens that came before it. But when it got hot, it got hotter than anything that anybody had seen in a very long time. And guess what? It's right now hotter than anything that anybody's seen in a little bit of time. Gala Games is still the king right now. And we can look at this chart over here. By the way, pre-market sitting just a kind of a mixed bag. Down we did get that bad news today. Microsoft is going to lay off about 11,000 people, 10% of its workforce. That's a significant amount of people. And I don't know that there's a lot of positivity in that for tech and crypto. We quantify as tech at this point. But year to date, Gala Games up 200%, Mana 131%, Solana 130%, Aptos 119%. So we still have the big boys on the block. But where are we at? The story of the night is Shiba at 12.15 right now, up 10% in the last hour. 16% on the day, still continuing to pump, by the way, and up 46% on the year. And guys, I can't tell you how many times over the last little while, and listen, when I say that, I'm not taking credit for it, because to be fair here, I told you that Shiba was going to have a pump, and that the likelihood was that it would pump to about 15 when all is said and done, for about a 50% pump. But the issue was I didn't know that we were going to have Gala pumping for 200 or Mana at 132%, Solana at 129. I wasn't talking about any of these other ones. So I'm not saying that Shiba was the best play, just saying that it was on our radar. We were talking about it. We were letting people know that we were accumulating down in the 8s. When we were at 5 zeros, 8, that's when we were really getting some accumulation there. So hopefully this continues and we see that for a little while. And by the way, 409 is the top, I believe, on SHIB. Let's go over to be a little easier to see it over here. Yeah, I may not have the one up. Let me get the day chart over here. 82.14. So 40 is 82.14. So about 8x from where we are right now to get to the next all-time high. But guys, Shiba is on its way. We are starting to see just some massive. And by the way, when you start looking through here, you're seeing 1D28. Who is that? 1D28. That's another one of those Shiba whales, possibly just doing a massive amount of accumulation at this point. So here's what's going on. Just that's the 17th right here. 27 ETH right there, 25 ETH right there, 21 ETH right there, 18 ETH. This is not big buys, by the way. We should recognize that right now. This is not big, just these gigantic buys. These are those little buys. So those little buys are adding up at this point. So that's going to be really good for Shiba overall. This is a smaller set of buys. So let's look at what else we've got on that 1 hour. We've got SHIB blowing up. We've got Sandbox still blowing up. Flow, Doge. Doge does not want Shiba to catch them in market cap. So I would think that as soon as SHIB is pumping like it is right now, you're probably going to see Doge come along for the ride because the Doge army's not going to want to see that flip. They don't want to see a what do you call it, a flippening start to happen. So, but let's get back to Bitcoin. We're at 409 billion market cap right now. We're at 992 billion overall. 47 excuse me, 47 billion coming into the market. I just got a Coinbase alert that Doge is up 5%. So I didn't get an alert on SHIB, by the way. But let's get into chat right now and see how everybody's doing. What's going on, Tony? What's up, Richard? Anthony, what is going on? David, what's happening? Family Z, tell Stacy we said hi. Greg, what's happening? Volted Dodger in the house. The Volt Army is here. Guys, look, Volt, I keep saying this and I keep effusing when I get a chance, but Daniel Volt in the house too. Volt's got next, and there's so many different little catalysts right now that are pumping into Volt, not coming out of right now, but pumping into Volt at this point with the 24th, the 25th different crypto that's adopted Volta change on their websites. Some of this is for show. Some of this is not really for implementation. A lot of people are just doing it. They kind of get this rub off of Volt, and maybe they do, maybe they don't use it, maybe the volume is there, maybe it's not. But remember, retail has not really started to come back yet, or if it is, it's coming back to SHIB right now as we speak. And that being said, it'll kind of cascade it through. Also, you'll notice I did make some changes on the screen here. I got rid of bedtime with Bleeves, breakfast with Bleeves, put the sponsors up here on the top of the line, and then down here on the bottom, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified, and subscribe to the channel. Helps me out tremendously. But I just wanted to change things up just a little bit. Too many times I get into that mode where I make everything about my jokes and funny stuff. And this is really not about me. This is about you guys. This is about trying to provide you with the best information possible to make sure that you're as informed an investor as you can possibly be in the time that I have to do it with. So Shiba Pump, all the exchanges need volume, needed retail back, and that's what appears to be happening right now. So with that with those low buy-ins, that seems to be what's happening. Family Z, I bought some BCB earlier after I watched the video on it. I really like, listen, I'm not a gambler, by the way. I should have probably prefaced that with saying I'm opposed to gambling. And I know that when you think about crypto, a lot of people think about crypto, they consider it to be a gamble. They consider it to be a risk because anytime you're investing money in the hopes of a profit, then you are gambling in essence and taking a risk. I don't see it that way. If I'm not investing in a card game, I win or I lose every single time. But that's not always the case with crypto. It's not there is a certain risk involved, but it's not gambling. So I don't see it the same way, and I'm not a gambler at heart. So I don't really like gambling in that context. But when I started to look at this and I saw it, I thought, this is really a great site. It was easy to use. It was fantastic when you just kind of move around on it. And you're trading BCB tokens, which is they're using their native token for all of your gambling. You can cash in, you can cash out. Of course, there's tokenomics and taxes. So they're making money, and man, I just really felt good about the people that I was talking to. As a matter of fact, I put out a video and I said, listen, I'm unsure of this video because in fact, if you guys remember, this was WCI, this was World Cup Inu was the actual that was the actual originators from this, and they told me a long time ago that they were doing this, but not switching over. So then they came back around and they were like, hey man, we do another promo, and so we did it, and then I said, why don't you guys look at it before I send it out? So then we went back over it a couple times, and I ended up re-recording it like 3 times just to get it ready so that it looked the way that they want it. And I had a great time doing it, by the way, and got a little bit better as we were going. Daniel, what's up? Justin W, what is going on? Thinking about jumping back into Saitama. There it is, guys. Saitama is on the run again. And listen, if you are not paying attention right now because you hate Saitama, fair enough. But Manny, the Hitman, is going absolutely buck wild, making amends, fixing problems, doing everything that he can to make investors feel a little bit better about Saitama. And that speaks volume, by the way. It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. Joe Crypto, thank you for the $2 bomb. Let's go Shiba. Volt Inu is going to big. Absolutely, man. Volt Inu is going to have one of those big ass runs. And CEO 100 with the $10 bomb. We love the red and green days. Finally, our first discount in a while. Buy the dip before February's London event. By the way, there is an event in London, a DJ sponsored, and in fact, it turns out famous to be involved in that. But this is really interesting. And BRL, by the way, BRL is on a dip right now, and that, of course, I would call that a buying opportunity. Uh, it's when I say it though, I mean, let's face facts, it's down about 10% though. So, I mean, this might be all the dip you're going to get. But remember, if you follow me, if you don't follow me on Twitter, by the way, something wrong with you, something broke in your head, probably. But um, I said, if this happens, then this is what's going to happen, and that this is going to break, this is going to break, this is going to break. And what happened? It all broke, and it came down to the very last level of resistance, which is this spot right here at 306. Now it's trading at 304 right now, but right around that 305, you can see right there is that final level. Now, in the event that that spot doesn't hold, then you're looking at, I mean, basically you're looking at discovery all the way down here to 270. Then you're looking at discovery all the way down to 243, with a floor most probably being right there at that 245 sort of level. And, for me, I'm still up gigantic, so I'm not really concerned about it, not really worried about it. But it's still important to point out that there are significant levels that this thing could still come down along the way, and you do see a little bit of support on this right here. And right here, that just becomes a stronger level. Again, same thing happens over here. This just became a stronger level. It was used as resistance and support along the way. And maybe you could make an argument right there in between at about 256. So there is some downside there. One of the good things is BRL can run on its own because it's USDC. One of the bad things about not being paired with wrapped ETH is when wrapped ETH starts to pump, you don't get the benefit of that pump. So, that being said, if and we probably go back here because when I bought in, it was 1100 ETH. So you're looking at 400. So you're looking at about a 40% run. And that would mean that right now, if BRL was wrapped with ETH, it would be 20% higher than it is right now, which would put BRL right at around $3.60. So in this moment, it didn't pair up well because it's not paired with wrapped ETH. But it it will balance itself out in the long run. It's probably better because it's less volatile. So here we are with this next run, and we're going to let this run for a little while, and then we're going to get back to it. I want to move on because we've got a couple different things. This is the psychology of market cycles, and I want to talk about it because there's a lot of questions about where exactly we are right now. And we're going to move to this right here, and we're going to change this to a day chart, and then we're going to kind of pull back here just a little bit. And we're going to look at that, and then we're going to compare. Like, this is where we were. This is the top, right? And it's a little bit reversed. It's got a bearish divergence on the top, but you can see here that there's a top, and it's basically a double top, and then it's the big way down, and then it's a long-term consolidation with capitulation right here, and then you start to see that pump on the move upwards, which leads to a consolidation, which leads to more upward movement, right? And what is happening right now is exactly what we just talked about. The move was down. The capitulation is fully in right here. And now we're on the way up. So the argument being made is this is where we are right here. That people have gone through the depression. People have gone through their problem things, or are we right here? Maybe the depression portion is over. And I've started to hear a lot of people who I didn't expect to hear it from saying to themselves, hey, I was angry for a while, but when this really collapsed, yeah, I really went through that depression phase. Can see a lot of people have exited the market. So, I guess the question is, which one do you think we're in? If you think we're in this freight, this one's going to be one, and this one's going to be two. So if you think we're in the first part, that means that there's more pain coming, or there could be more pain coming. Type one in chat, and if you think that we're over here and that the worst is behind us, then type a 2 in chat. Let's see what everybody thinks. What's going on, Steven? So it's really kind of weird here um, where when we look at this thing, we're really just kind of seeing the exact psychology just sort of play itself out. By the way, I mean, you could even joke right here. This is Terra Luna. This is the pump that came after, or this is Terra Luna over here. This is Elon selling. This is the pump for the merge. This is everything coming back down for that retest. And here was the dump. Here was the pump afterwards. Here was the retest of the bottom, and now we're off to see the wizard, so to speak. So let's see what it is. Everybody generally thinks that, okay, we're getting a lot of twos. There's a lot of twos. We only got Matty B, who's looking for that local. And Matty B, I don't think Matty B trusts himself. I think Matty B just wants to buy the dip. Secret Truth it says one also, and OK says one also, that we've got more downside. And I do feel like we have more downside. But so, that it would be a great opportunity for more accumulation. Just imagine if you knew what to do at this point right now, and you could get one more run at it. and you could see this entire thing collapse. And hopefully, like me, you got most of your money sitting on the sidelines right now, waiting for the opportunity to ape back in that final time. Now, and here's the thing: the one thing I was looking up and kind of learning from Investing 101 is don't worry about that original 20 or 30% on that original pump, because that's not the big move. The big move is getting yourself in and then just going for that ride. Nobody or very few people ever just buy the perfect bottom and sell the perfect top. So as long as you get in a good position for you and then let it run for you, then you're going to be better off for it. So that's what I'm doing. So um, I still have a lot of money on the sidelines, just waiting for that moment. So let's see if anything changed in the chat. It's still basically everybody's at a 2, but we all would like to see, we would all like to see something uh, capitulate so that we could ape in one more time. But let me tell you something that's happening right now. A lot of people, the quote unquote experts, and now let's be fair here. There is there's no such thing as an expert, right? There's absolutely no such thing as an expert in crypto. There are just people who are making guesses, and sometimes the guesses are better than other times. Okay, I am not a crypto expert. I'm just a good guesser at what's going on. And when it comes to something like, say, Luna Classic, I have been like, listen, I'm spot on with Luna Classic, and I have been for a long time. Like, you couldn't even write a script where I was right this many times on Luna Classic over the course of, however long it's been. Now, we were all looking for that amazing, magical, incredible sort of pump that was going to take us up to wealth and stuff like that. So we were all dealing with that. But once we got past hopium and we had to dig in and we had to start finding our bottoms, finding our tops, figuring out what this chart was going to do. I mean, go back and look. We've just on this channel, we've been absolutely nailing that. And you don't get that lucky all the time. Because you know, I can go back and I can show you video after video after video of me telling you, hey, you know what? If this token goes down to what's that one? Hobbs had me convinced. By the way, Hobbs, look right here, Crow. It was Crow. Hobbs had me convinced that this right here was a buy opportunity because he had his charts out, he had everything ready, and he was telling me that right in this area right here, that was not the buy zone. This is not the this is around time Hobbs was launching his uh, chat, right? And he's like, my buy zone's going to be under 30 cents. Well, God, doggy, we are way under 30 cents at this point. Now, if you had gotten in and you had followed that advice at 30 cents, you'd be wrecked now. You'd be down, basically 4x from where you were. And he was just giving you the best information available at that time that didn't involve just get out, just walk away. And by the way, we're walking away 4 years from now. We are going to walk away when we get the top and we call that top. We are all, and I want everybody to listen to me. We are taking our money out. We are getting rich together. We are going to not get wrecked, and we're going to sit the rest of that out. We're going to come on this channel every day, and we're still going to do TA. We're still going to look at the charts, but we are not going to tell people to buy at 30 cents on Crow ever again. We're going to look at that chart and we're going to be like, you know what? The run's over. And, maybe we lose a little bit because we don't acknowledge the run being over. Maybe it takes a little bit of time for it to kind of set in. But in the meantime, when we figure it out, then we are getting our asses out. We're going to live our dreams, and then we'll come back in. We'll come back in a year later and see where that dip is, see if there's any opportunities at that point. This, I promise, we are not going to be doing that again. But anyway, so he's saying this is my end price right here, right? And then of course while he's talking about that, what happens? Terra Luna collapses. So Terra Luna collapses and takes it down to 18 cents. Now, does that make him wrong? No, it didn't make him wrong. The the Terra Luna collapse is what ended up. So it comes down from there, and then you think, at some point maybe it's just going to start pumping back up, but of course not. It capitulates all the way down, and then we start that accumulation. We start that move. This right here is where the merge was happening. We get back up to 21 cents, and then all of a sudden here we go again, and then FTX collapses, and boom, all the way down here, and now we're on our way back up. But it's just absolutely crazy to think that that's the advice that we were giving. That's what we were doing. So every time we give out this, we're trying to make the best guess for the position that we're in at that moment, and we don't always get it right, but we're definitely giving you what probably would pan out as the best potential information at that time. And I hope everybody understands that. But when this market turns, we are going to make everybody a whole bunch of money. Now, Microsoft to cut 11,000 jobs in mass life if we were providing financial advice, which of course we're absolutely not. But I'm going to make a whole bunch of money here, and anybody who does the same research that I do is going to make a whole bunch of money too. At least that's what I think is going to happen. Microsoft to cut 11,000 jobs in mass layoff. This has not had a chance to shake out anything in the market, but you did see the announcement late in the day, and you did see that the Dow was down 391, and in the pre-market it's down about 100 points. So we'll see what that represents right now. And I think that there's an acceptance level that we have right now in the markets that we're trimming the fat on some businesses. And that's just the way to say that we're firing a bunch of people and they're not going to have jobs. But the market can bear the loss of 11,000 Microsoft jobs because it has 11,000 other jobs that are still available right now. So I don't think that affects everything negatively overall, but it will cause a little bump in tech stock, and tech stock does include digital assets. So we might see some trouble with Bitcoin. Now, that being said, let's move over here and answer this question. Is Bitcoin rallying due to market manipulation? And from what I understand and what I've been reading here, firstly, people have pointed out that Bitcoin spot balances on centralized exchanges are flat. This means that very little new money is flowing into the market. Now, one of the reasons for the consolidation of central exchange banks is the rising distrust in the centralized exchanges, notably because of FTX. The addresses holding Bitcoin are going down while Bitcoin prices are moving up. I'm starting to get that evidence that this is institutional. Additionally, leverage trading activity has gone up on derivatives platform. Glassnode notes a 13% increase in Bitcoin open interest, or an additional $1.1 billion in volume. Some have even pointed to fake trade volume on many exchanges. An analysis by Forbes from 2021 found that 51% of Bitcoin trading volume on exchanges was fraudulent. So what does it really mean? And I think that what that means is maybe, look, it's very difficult to quantify what they're trying to tell you, except to say this: are you being manipulated? Yes. Will you continue to be manipulated, and will you take it? Yes, you absolutely will. Why? Because institutional money will come back in here and they will layer themselves in, and then they will expect you to follow them because you've always followed them before. So that's what they're doing, or that's what they're potentially doing right now. And this could be that they're just doing it for a false pump. It's entirely possible that we're not at the end yet, like Maddie B said. So maybe we've got some more pain that's about to come. I don't know yet, but that's the big question. And here's another question. What is BlackRock and the Rothschild going to do? They're gonna ape into crypto. I mean, that's I think that should be what we're recognizing here, that the people with the money. So uh yeah, we should absolutely 100% be doing what the rich people do. BlackRock is getting into crypto. Rothschilds are getting into crypto, we should be getting into crypto. It should make sense from that perspective. Also, Bitcoin hits new post FTX high as analysis warns the move is choreographed, right? That's exactly what we were just saying. So there's a concern over Bitcoin liquidity exploit. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView followed Bitcoin USD as it consolidated above 21,000 after hitting 21,455 on Bitstamp. That marked the pair's highest point yet in 2023. Amid widespread mistrust of the move, however, fresh warnings arose as Bitcoin continued to defy predictions of a major retracement. Now, that's what, and I guess if you listened to me earlier, you heard me say this. Why are we not retracing? Like, remember when we did this morning, what we said here was, I think that we did this right here, and we said, look, this move right here that ended right there. If you do a fib retracement on it, then you're right here, and that makes perfect sense. That's this is oops, wait a minute. That's kind of where we get that 38.2. So good. That's fine, and we're quote unquote good there. Then we move to the next one. We say, well, what happened on this pump? And then we get that 38 again and good. So then we come up to this one, and where do we get it? We get that 38, but then we're just trading sideways, but sideways and upward. So we can tell that there's like a bullish sort of undercurrent that's happening. But all we've got is the same thing that we had before, which is this consolidation, which is this consolidation, which is, I can go back. It's just consolidation. We've had consolidations at all these different levels for month after month after month after month. And, we do have our ups and downs, but generally speaking, we're just trading sideways. And if we do that again, look at all this over here. We're just trading sideways. Uh, maybe we get that move back up a little bit and then we trade sideways again. So, maybe we get over this, right? But I did see a report today that said that there's new reports saying that people are now expecting 22.4 to be the next test. So they're assuming that we're going to bust through 21.4 and move straight on to 22. So we'll see what all of this means over the next day or two as this whole thing happens. But rising Bitcoin prices caused cascade of short liquidations. I want to recognize, by the way, this is the biggest set of liquidations that happened since July of 2021. So in a year and a half, this is the biggest couple of days of short liquidations. And when that happens, I really think that portends very well that we're towards the end of the bear market and that it's time for the bulls to take a little bit of control and start to make some sort of push. I don't have any evidence to back that shit up at all. I'm just guessing, but it seems like it's a perfect opportunity. Top 100 Ethereum whales are accumulating this crypto right now. Now, this right here is perhaps something that everybody here is going to probably want to write down just a little bit, because I'm about to tell you where these guys are accumulating. Before we do it, though, everybody type real quick, what crypto do you think the top 100 Ethereum whales are accumulating on this crypto right now? What do you think it is? Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Just answer. What's your feeling? Oh, man, don't look it up. You're looking it up. David, I think USTC, we're going to get a pump in sometime later this month. I really think that it's going to be later this month, maybe early part of February. But so what are the top 100 whales accumulating? So we've got a vote for SHIB, another one for SHIB, another one for SHIB, another one for Bitcoin, another one for SHIB, another one for SHIB. We've got a Gala in here. We've got a Matic in here. And you guys don't know SHIB at this point, because what we have is we had the SHIB whales have accumulated 3.92 trillion more SHIB, but we're talking about the top 100 Ethereum whales. What are they accumulating? Hint, it's on my page right now above my head right next to Volt. That's what's being accumulated right now by the top 100 Ethereum whales. And that means that there is something going on over at crypto.com, because remember, do what the whales do. That's the rule, right? So crypto.com's native token Kronos was the top gainer on Tuesday thanks to its 7% inclination. Crow managed to stand ahead of the other top contenders like Man and CRV from January 1 lows of 0.0055 cents. Crow is already up more than 56%. Crypto.com has been consistently making waves in the market. Just a day back, the exchange announced that the company is the official crypto payment partner for the Meta retail exhibition to be held in Paris. Alongside, also signed an 8-year agreement with Climeworks, a company that was worked with big names like Microsoft, Stripe, and Shopify to become more sustainable. During the early hours of Tuesday, Kronos started gaining the attention of whales. A recent tweet from Whale Stats revealed that Crow made it to the list of the 10 most traded tokens among the top 100 Ethereum whales. By the end of the day, it was the number one most accumulated token. So, for some reason right now, and again, we don't know, but for some reason, the uh, the Crow tokens, which by the way, Galileo will be out tomorrow, but for some reason, the top Ethereum whales are right now accumulating Crow. And I would think that you would maybe want to consider doing your own research and figuring out whether you want to do what the top 100 Ethereum whales are doing. It would only make sense to think about, and if you see that, I would think you would want to do the same thing, because listening to me, you don't know what might happen. Listening to Frankie Candles, you don't know what might happen. Listening to Gareth Soloway, you don't know what might happen. Listening to BitBoy Crypto, you don't know what might happen. Listening to the top 100 Ethereum whales, you might have a pretty good idea of what's really happening. You might not see it right away, though. I don't know that that means that there's an imminent sort of liftoff, or if they're just accumulating for something in the future. By the way, SHIB is still going. It's up to 1259 right now. So we are still in it. And look, SHIB is retail. And I don't know any other way to put that, by the way. Something is going on with SHIB, and people are getting really, people are starting to really focus on SHIB. So that's going to be that. Yeah, that's going to be something pretty good. Crow to rocket. Crow. There we go. Crow, crow, crow. There we go. Now people are getting it. It I don't know what's going to happen here, but certainly looks good. But you know what? Remember, we would look at it and we would say, wow, that's like crazy. But, it's not going to be anything to see, hit this right here and see Crow up here over 200% to be the top performer. Like it wouldn't surprise anybody if you go down this list and you start looking through and you start, there's a pecking order to everything. And you're going through and you're going through and you're going through. And, where do you find the Crow token? I probably went too far. Ain't that a bitch? Kronos, here we go, top 28. 1.9 billion market cap. Look, it has twice a broken chain like Luna Classic. You know what I'm saying? Like how could it not do a 5 or a 10x? That, look, it would be nothing for Kronos to do a 3 or 4x right now and be above Shiba, or to do a, what is it, 5x and be above Dogecoin and be up in this top 10. It's crypto.com for, look, the fact that it's crypto.com means that an epic run is coming. We just don't know when. And we just know that faces are going to melt when we see it, right? We just know that that's what's about to happen. So, we'll sit back, we'll sip our Mai Tais and just wait for that moment, but it's coming, and we're probably going to see something big, big, big happening with Crypto.com. And by the way, tomorrow Galilei is introduced, and that's the version 1 of their Cosmos chain. So, we'll see what happens. Next, let's go over here to the rest of the tokens over here. Of course, we got SHIB still moving 1248. Look at how much money it takes to move SHIB. It's $7.35 billion. And that's what we've got going on right there. That is incredible. And again, still feels like this is just, look, this is not whales accumulating. Every once in a while, you get that big whale coming through. Every once in a while, you get that big whale coming through. But and then you got like somebody front running. But I mean, these are not gigantic purchases. These are not gigantic purchases that are coming through here. So maybe retail is being woken back up, and maybe they're realizing, oh no, now it's time. So we'll see what happens. That would bode well for the crypto market, and we still have to look at it and really just kind of say, it's kind of crazy what's happening right now. We've now tested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've now tested 21,400 12 times. Listen, guys, this is bad. This is how cryptos fall. When you can't break through a resistance point. If you can't break through that resistance point, then you will collapse. And you can see here the Korean index is down 1%, just not holding up very well so far. So, we might be seeing a little bit. And the Chinese, the 2022 Chinese financials came out, and they did not look good. And Xi Jinping also started making a lot of statements in the last 24 hours, and he was really, really, really positive about reasserting their dominance around the world. So I think that maybe that gets washed over. So could be that whatever was going on with them is going to make its way out of the public eye very quickly, and we're just going to move on. But still 992 billion, still 47 billion. So we're not making any headway. We're just trending sideways. You can see right here, looks like a tired market, except SHIB. SHIB is still pumping away. Sandbox still right there. Doge, not wanting to get passed up by SHIB, is still doing its thing. So that's kind of where everything is in the market right now. NGN, new content coming out for NGN tomorrow, where we are going to talk about their white paper, which is now released. So hope you guys are excited about that. The network is, I think that's going to be a good one. And by the way, again, look, BCB gave me one promo. They wanted to do one promo. I liked what I saw. Also, tomorrow, 5 p.m., I'm going to be in the Kudo Telegram. That's Kudoe. That's the Dogs of Elon. And in case you've never seen the Dogs of Elon, it's apparently, and look, and I know because, obviously there's always somebody in, there's always something going on somewhere. Dogs of Elon. So the Dogs of Elon was about a year ago. Here we go. And it's got boom, 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 boom. It doesn't say right here, but it's got a couple $1 million market cap. These are a pretty professional group of guys. They pulled the liquidity out, and they're moving to a new token. Total liquidity still in there is 230. So this is, I think that's the important part that I wanted to point out. Let me go over here, because that's what I think was the thing here. Dogs of Elon. Yeah, we don't. The volume is way down. They drain the liquidity. They've drained the liquidity. We'll see in a couple of days. They're incredibly active. They've got 3 games going. They've changed the name to Kudo, and that's going to be their new name going forward. It's Kudoe, and the token is, I think, KD. Yeah, Kudo right here. Not launched yet, but they're pulling everything, moving it over. And when it comes out, when you go to this website, you get super impressed about what you see on the website. The gamification is what they're all about. And there's 3 games coming out. There's this Doge Rangers, which is that's let me remember here. That's a 2D platformer that you can play as Doe, which is the dog of Elon. Then there's this over here, which is an RPG along the vein of Minecraft. You can see here with the blocky sort of format. And then you have that's Off the Leash. And then you have Kudoverse, which is kind of a throwback 32-bit MMO and a huge game world and very cool. You've also got the token launch, which is coming. We're going to be doing the announcement tomorrow. There's a Kudo NFT marketplace and a Kudo wallet. And where did I see that? There we go. And then there's the Kudo wallet. So they've created an entire ecosystem. And look, we've seen it all before, right? There's plenty of different tokens that do all of this kind of stuff, but they're out in the market and they've already got everything up and running. So let's see what happens. But anyway, I'll be there tomorrow. So anyway, this is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I am always right. And guys, we will talk to you guys very, very soon. Come back for breakfast and we will see what is going on. And ew, don't do that. Don't do that. God damn it. There you go. That one's for you, Maddie. Anyway, you guys have a good night and we will talk to you again soon. And here's the new outro.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I'm